Hello again, my party people. Welcome to this week's transmission. Still got a little bit of rest, little bit of rest, but it's all good. Shows how dedicated I am to getting these divinely inspired messages to y'all, beautiful people out there. And I'm bit of a tight schedule. It's summertime, right? Got to get in these streets. So we're gonna roll with it. Even with the quiet storm, boy, still going. All right. Today's topic: don't doubt your ability to adapt. Ooh, say that 10 times fast. Don't doubt your ability to adapt. Don't doubt your ability. Okay, I'm done playing with y'all. So, for like 3 or 4 weeks, I talked about spring cleaning, right? I might talk about it again. I don't know. Don't hold me to it. But I was telling you how to spring clean, right? What to get rid of, right? The best ways, the best times, all this other jazz. Because I was really spring cleaning, y'all. And it's still spring, right? So we still spring cleaning. But now I want to talk about, well, I guess I want to add on to that. So I told you to just throw stuff away. I said, don't doubt it. Don't second guess it. Just throw it away. You won't miss it, right? I said, throw it in the trash. And if you absolutely have to get it out of the trash, do what you got to do. I did that. But for the most part, it's out of sight, out of mind. Now, building on that, I want to say that you shouldn't doubt your ability to adapt while you are spring cleaning your life, right? Do not doubt your ability to roll with the punches or to improvise, if you will. So let's say you're in a situation and you are spring cleaning in a literal sense, in a figurative sense, right? Whatever that means to you. It could be your refrigerator, it could be your social life, right? Who knows? But one thing that gets a lot of people caught up is the fear, right? And I talked about fear just being doubt. And the fear of needing it again, right? What if I need this? So, for example, we do things like keep old business cards because we say, well, I might need this, right? Or you go to networking events where you don't really like nobody there, right? But it's like, I don't want to burn bridges, right? I want to build up this network of people just in case I need them. See, there's fear attached to that, but you never realize that because you're saying I might need them one day, and it's a possibility that when I need them, they won't be there. Never thought about that, huh? So, if you are doing either of those things, or even, let's say, throwing out a sweater or whatever, the fear comes, the doubt, the hesitation comes when you subconsciously believe that you will not be able to get that same thing again or better, right? You will not be able to go on or live optimally, function in the best manner without that item. Okay, so a sweater, you throw the sweater out. You hesitant, you looking at the trash bag like, I don't know, because I might need it. It might get really cold, right? So in doing that, in that moment, you are essentially doubting your own ability to adapt to the situations, right? So we can talk about money, but it really doesn't come down to money at all. So if you want to talk about money, you can say, well, you are doubting your ability to be able to afford more, to be able to buy more, to be able to in a literal sense, obtain that physical item again, right? So you'd be like, because otherwise it would be irrational. You'd be like, oh, I'm getting rid of the sweater. I don't want it. It's done, right? But if you doubt it, it's usually like, because I might not be able to afford to buy that again, or I might not want to buy that again, right? No matter what it is, right, there is fear attached to that, right? And if it's about your ability to purchase something, then there you have it. It's fear about money, and that's lack, and we don't deal with lack. We don't mess with lack around these parts, y'all. Y'all know that. Go on away, lack. Get out of here, right? We ain't seeing you over it. Okay, so on the other hand, if it's not about money, which most things actually are not, right? So I'm talking about business cards, networks, relationships, or we could go back to that sweater too. then it's about it's about your lacking, your not having confidence in your own ability to adapt, to roll with the punches, right? So you throw the sweater out and you thinking fast forward like, well, what happens if I need that sweater? Dang, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be cold. Oh man, I can't be cold. I hate being cold. If I'm cold, then I might get sick, right? Then I might have quiet storm, scratchy voice, like, the podcast. Nah, that ain't where my my voice came from like this. It ain't the cold. But you see what I'm saying? Your mind starts that snowball of what ifs, and that's a dangerous place to be in, right? It's the same with networks, burning bridges, right? Well, no, because what if down the line I need this person and then I can't get access to the resources I need or the recommendation that I need or the services that I need because, I don't have that person, that one thing. First of all, there's not one thing in your life that makes or breaks it. Not one. Not your car, not your one job, which you should have multiple sources of income anyway. Not your one friend, not your one partner, no, I don't care if you're shaking your head now like, no, my one partner. No, they don't make or break your life. You only think that they do. But I guarantee you will survive if they, take a 2-week vacation or go buy cigarettes and never come back. So there's not one thing in your life that makes or breaks it, right? That you need. Therefore, because that's not the case, you can adapt, right? You don't have one sweater. I know you don't have one sweater. You have more than one sweater. Even if you don't like them, whatever, you have more than one sweater. And for people who do, who like maybe people who are homeless or whatnot, who only have one sweater, they probably ain't gonna throw out their only sweater. See what I'm saying? So it's a whole different thought process. It's a whole different way of thinking and way of aligning, right? Because they gonna align with, I need this sweater and I want this sweater. So it wouldn't even be a question for them. But the fact that you're even considering getting rid of something, right? We talked about this, means that you need to get rid of it. That's all. Why else would you have that desire? Don't doubt yourself. That is your soul speaking. Even if that means you have to go and get it back, right? That may be what it takes for you to view it in a new light. Going back to my jeans story, I had to throw them out before I realized, like, oh my gosh, I could use those for something sick. Like, wow, that's literally the material that I've been looking for. And I didn't even realize I had it under my nose. But I never would have thought that way had I not thrown them out, because they were in a whole different psychological and literal pile in my mind. Now it's trash. Now I can go through it and see what it is. But before, they were just in with the general population clothes, right? And I'm not cutting this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it comes down to, your ability to adapt. Well, I don't want to ruin this network. That's one person. But I really want this job. And, this boss was kind of horrible, but I don't want to tell them that because I don't want to. So that ain't your only boss. They're not the only person who can give you a recommendation. Their recommendation is not going to make or break your life. It's not going to make or break your getting a certain job or getting into a certain, program or school. And if you be like, no, they really need this one, it really literally will, then you don't need that anyway. Anything that's not meant for you, you will not have. And you don't have to jump through hoops. You don't have to demean or degrade or go against your own dignity or your own impulse to get it, right? I just think about the example years ago when I talked to somebody and when I was going into corporate, and I'm like, I think I'm going to switch, I don't know, a picture, I don't know what I did or something on my resume. I'll leave this off. And I'm like, because I want them to, I want to get hired. And they were like, but do you really want to work for a place that, would want you to do that? Would want you to omit something that you obviously love about yourself? And it's like, that's been vibing with me ever since. Like, if they would accept you by being less than who you are, then you don't want to be there anyway, right? Adapt. You will always adapt. You will roll with the punches. Today or tomorrow, if your car breaks down right now in this second, I'm knocking on wood for y'all. But guess what? You're going to adapt. That's just what's going to happen. You're human. It's what we do, right? That's how we have survived all these years. You can think in your mind now, extrapolate out, well, no, because then it's cold outside or it's too hot, and then I might have to walk 5 miles, and then I might get kidnapped, no, that's just your mind going crazy. If right now something like that happens or something catastrophic happens, you will adapt. right? Think about it like this. This is the last point I'll make. If something amazing were to happen to you, you wouldn't have these types of thoughts. So if I say, ooh, let's play with the idea, what might happen with you? Oh my goodness, girl, what do you think would happen if you suddenly like came into $1 million tax free, right? You wouldn't be stressing and fretting now. No, you wouldn't. Oh man, I already know. Oh girl, yeah, I'm gonna go shopping. I'm gonna take a trip. Oh, right. So what you're saying is you would adapt. Even though you've never had $1 million in your life, you telling me if I put you in this situation suddenly, then you're gonna roll with the punches. Right? It's the same thing. Don't doubt your ability to adapt. Let go of whatever you need to let go of, no matter how big or small it may seem to you at the moment. Because guess what? We're survivors, right? You'll adapt. You'll figure it out. You'll be all right? I can guarantee that. You'll be all right. Okay, that's all I got to say. Until next week, love, light, laughter. Bye.